ng so if you reach that, then we're good, no? As far as that, what did the statistician say?
So
Kasi
far,
na-stat ninyo si Miss Bercero, no?
yeah, Miss Becerro.
Yeah. Yeah, what did she say?
So for the dream tool that which has the chrome back off of 0.9, I think she's okay with the kanang kuan.
Yeah. In fact, in other studies, it puts it at, was it your study ba where you quoted 0.07? Because that's also seem to be, but I would rather go because in the 40 countries that they have that, it's the zero point zero 0.09, no? I think we just look at that. And it's a very good tool. Um, there's in fact a review of the tool, no? Um, and I've seen that you've incorporated, but I gave you a hard copy, no? Of my comments.
Yes, doc.
Yeah, so um, are you going to modify this? I have to recall, ha?
Mm,
Are you
the
going to modify this or you will use it exactly as the study has done?
so far what I've known for my fellow groupmate, like
Mm.
we kind of added another sub kuan of it because it's
Yeah,
so
okay,
that it
but
would be researcher like environment na jud because
yes,
it's like generalized manggod tong research like learning environment or man
yeah,
jud.
correct, correct. Um, so I think then you will have to test it, no, di ba, to a certain group,
Yeah, we're gonna do pilot testing though.
do a testing. Okay, sige. Then because I think essentially I'm just and then your sample which I think you have already derived, no? Or you're doing a full count, di ba?
We're do census doc
A full census, yes, a full
for level
census,
1
and
and level
then
2 po.
yeah, and then you will draw a sample for, you will do two FGDs, di ba?
Yeah.
And how big is that? Mga 12? Or how many did you
6 to
um
12 po ang amo ang
6
kuan.
to 12?
Yeah.
Yes. But maybe better kung you take the higher number rather than the lower number.
Yes, doc.
Yeah, I think that's what, di ba, the FGD talk of the, and then we will just, I'd like to see na lang siguro, or your mentor, no? Look at, look into the, what's this, the questions, no? The questions that you will ask, but that will be based on your findings, no? Which you will have to tabulate ahead. Is that your plan?
Mm.
Because I think it's in mixed method. I would which I did I would suggest that you do the tabulation first, no? You
Okay.
tabulate all the information to be able to um so I think what can be done is first a bit, but that depends on your mentor, but I think it's better when you tabulate the information, anyway, statistical naman na siya, di ba? The findings, and then from there, you will see a pattern, and from that pattern, you will do your FTD.
Okay.
But,
Noted, doc.
di ba, in related lit, di ba, findings, you have the study of Miller, right?
Yeah.
I saw your, yeah. Um, there's another study which looks at teamwork is very important. It looks into the different qualifications, diba? Even mentor, um, mentor, what this, how you're being mentored, no? And also the other components. Now, I think what is also important, which I hope you have considered in your questionnaire, is you the research, the previous, because in any learning process, it's also very important to know the background, how well were these students mentored or initiated into research, di ba? And that
Mm.
goes back to high school, di ba? Your
Yes, yes.
senior year, di ba? Your you know. So I think it's very important to ask for this
Okay.
also in your FGD, because you may not be able to find that, or hopefully it will be captured. No, I have a look at I actually downloaded the questionnaire. Ayun, nagkilabti ang dogs dong.
High school. Pretty.
Okay, no, I
Okay.
think I'm out in the garden, so um I think yes, that's one thing that you put at the back of your mind, but because it's very important, is how well are these because these students come from different backgrounds, diba?
Backgrounds.
You don't all come from Cebu or levels 1 and 2 do not come from Cebu doctors, no? So
Mm-mm.
it comes from different backgrounds. So it would be good, but I don't know how because that's confidentiality of information, no? Is to
Yes.
look into that, but that's why I wonder if you will not include, say, or where did they took and their grades level and 12, which school.
Mm.
Maybe it's, I think, because that's always it does not mean that when you come from school A it's better, but it would be good to see, or even levels of instruction. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, hello, Miss Jackie.
Morning, miss.
Good morning.
I
Good
mean,
morning.
Miss Jackie, nagstorya-storya rami diri about kuan. But as I've said, you're the mentor man, so everything goes back to you, no?
Mm-mm.
Panaway raman ni our role. No, but what I was telling kay, I had a look sa kuan, Miss Jack ba? Ay, wa pa man ta nagsugod. Sige lang, storya-storya ba? Doc Brian still not around. Apin ba Doc Campus? Dili lang.
Um, well, wala si Doc Campos, si Doc Bry. He didn't get back to me if he's available today. And then Eunice, ikaw ra ba?
Yeah.
From your group to,
Mm,
okay.
yes, miss. That me lang.
Uh, with your Doc Joy, with their research ba, like nag-analyze you'd go like what's the best way to approach this and what actually is the information very relevant and also like feasible on their end. Kay when I saw their revision doc, ilang exam type on the research component, which I'm not sure if that's something relevant to capture. So nana ko i-share doc and would like to hear
Sure, sure.
your insights lang doc,
Yeah, sige,
and
sige.
if this is a better direction or approach. Wait lang ha. Let me just record lang para the other groups can
Recording in progress.
And this one. Okay. Is it visible or a dog on your end?
Yes, yes, Miss Jack. The
Ah.
dream.
So for me, the dream tool would still be there. So I was like looking back into what each tool would capture,
Yes.
and then reflecting on if the word research competence or something else is more feasible for them to capture. Because competence magudog is a demonstration or
Yes.
based on output magudog.
Yeah.
Like
No, not only that, Miss Jack, sakto ka questioning this ba kay there are actually other components, no? In fact, the mentor, how one is being mentored, but also their initiation into the context of research. In fact, I made a comment sa ilang ko just this morning ba, looking at
yes,
it, that these are things that are not measured sa dream, no? So in
Yes.
fact, what we can do, that's why I was telling, these are, I can understand what you're what your concerns are. But it's essentially the same question, no? Um,
Mm.
is to ang dream na instrument is actually a good way to capture, no? So, but ang assumption man gud ana nga these institutions that are doing it have been doing research as part of their DNA sa ilang institution, di ba? And
Yes, Doc.
when you look into the context of the Philippines, we're not that. We're very, in fact, kano sa man gud atong research, it's only the last, I would say, mga last 20 years, sa panahon man siguro ni Pinoy, Miss Jack, that I can imagine na, mura bitaw, it's part of
Mm.
the culture na,
Mm.
of kuan, because,
Ah,
di ba, si Pinoy man to yung nag-empower. I mean, that's my kuan ba, mura, in terms of my recall, no, sa kuan. So, I think what we can, well, your question, what kind of learning environment do students experience? So I think if we collect that information, dapat i-process nila primero ang ilang quantitative misjudge and
ah,
to look into the patterns ba.
yes,
And
agree.
then once we have those patterns will have to be verified using the FGD.
Yes, correct.
Di ba? Because
Yes,
wa man
agree.
limited man ang dream, and then in fact I
Mm.
asked for culture, pero sige lang kay na may study in Korea.
Mm.
So, murag pero lahi ba yung Korean culture
Oh,
compared to
yeah. Yes,
Filipino.
Doc.
So,
Mm-mm.
I think that's one kuan siguro kanang one area na we can only do yeah, kani mong giingon nga ang atmosphere of support. So for example, in fact, I was telling it's gani Christine, no, nga
Mm.
even including where did these people get their studied back for their
Mm-mm.
kwan for their 11 and 12, di ba? When I think they have to understand kanu sa man gyud ning research na introduce in the into their lives ba, if you will, no, was it in grade
Mm.
6 they started, because we need to have that narrative kay localized man ni siya, so in our
Correct.
context
Ito.
we need to have that, no, and this is the local context that we need to capture now. Ang question is, if this is going to be a modified questionnaire, maybe we can put an aspect of it there, no, sa
Yes,
question,
Doc.
di ba?
Ito.
And
Yes,
then,
Doc.
have you tested? But then, for me, mo nang dindot ng ilang approach nga mixed method,
Yeah,
di
agree.
ba? Because you have other questions nga ikuan nimo kanang ma-ask nimo, ma-verify nimo, pero important kay like if you will only ang limitation man gud ni, if you only depend on level 1 and 2, ang may tabuan ni there may be a teacher blaming bitaw, mentor blaming, because we're not mentored enough. But remember, you can only mentor so much if
Mm.
the background and the understanding of research and kanang unsa na evidence based nga kuan ba, evidence based nga mindset will not be addressed in level 1. So importante ang background. So I was telling, when you came in, I was suggesting to Christine to talk to you about including capturing a question on where did you get where did you earn your kung ano niya, maybe the first time they were exposed to research, no, so
I did. Yeah,
kana-
that came to my mind, said Doc. Whether should we capture what was their research experience prior to coming into medicine?
yes, importante na siya, because even if one, like even for them, no, sa ilang level, but I think this is going to be helpful for us, no, nga magamit
Yes, Doc.
to ilang data for
I think that would belong to demographics, Doc.
Oh, yes. Ang
No?
demographics,
Yes.
yeah. I saw your comment dito sa kuan, di ba, nga demographics. So,
Mm-mm.
specific lang ta nga, in fact, it will go into what kind of school did you kuan, whether it's kuan ba ka ng private, public, mga ana, or
Yeah.
I'm not saying nga, I'm not saying anything nga, kung public ka, dili, or ana. But I think it's good to see the tendencies, how good. Then they will have to work on their related literature, Miss Jack, to see the kind of research that's being introduced in these different schools, di ba? Kanang
Without Doc. Interesting there. If we get their background and if there is a significance of correlation because
Yes.
of their
Mm-mm.
previous research background
Background.
before they came into medicine.
Okay,
Pero
but
because undergrad, mansad sila,
mm,
undergrad studies.
yes, ang ilang undergrad. So I think it's important. So so kani sakto ni imong kuan question is atmosphere supportive ba? Yeah. Because for me it's not even the atmosphere now. I mean, of course the atmosphere now, but also previously. So
Mm-mm.
like teacher man would just introduce the concept of research as undergrad niya nga kuan. And then but they never fully understand what it entails kay gitagaan na sila literature kay ang teacher sa Miss Jack is also not equipped, di ba? Kanang
Yeah.
inana ba? And we know we have this problem kay ang kuan gyud sa grades 11 and 12. At least those were the problems that were recognized 2 years ago that they're not equipped and teacher training ba? They're not
Mm-mm.
even equipped to really go into research or to kuan instruction ba kay when K to 12 was introduced kanang kuan ba murag gidali kana bitaw murag i-implement
Without
kay
Yeah.
without the retooling, walay retooling. Ang retooling, I think, was done only for the year before, but never really nga naagyo research culture in among the under kana bitaw what you
yes,
call
Doc,
that
I agree.
lower levels, di ba? So maybe that's something that they can, I would suggest they look into as well.
Mm.
Yeah, Doc. So
Shift.
one of the tools will still be dream to measure their perceptions of the educational environment.
Hmm.
And then the other one, Doc,
Undergrad ha,
is
atong undergrad Miss Jack kay mao ni atong background na kuan. But I
yes, Doc.
that means ang ilang SO, I don't know, can we change the kanang katong specific objective ba was
Yeah.
also to capture the
Change
the
is that.
research environment prior to by kuan bitaw. I think we can modify it nga dapat appeal na siya because it can answer a question man nga asa nimo di ay siya i-repair. It is not in level 1, but it has to be repaired or it has to be addressed when they're just in kanang sa undergrad nila.
Mm.
I mean,
Yes,
that's
Doc.
one of
Um,
the thesis.
Bitaw, Doc.
Yes.
So kaning their research experience before medicine, we'll put that in the demographics and then we'll add demographics in the specific objectives and then add another specific objective if there's a relationship with the demographics and their research experience or attitudes to research. Then
Mm-hmm.
the other one, Doc, they use the term research competence, and now I realize I think at their level they are not appropriate to be the one to assess that. It's actually like faculty level, like kita, Doc. I think the better word for this, Doc, would be self-efficacy. So capturing students' confidence in their ability to perform research-related tasks.
Yeah.
Doc? That's the second tool.
Or kay ang competency man gud daghang kay na siya og criteria bitaw Miss Jack.
Yeah.
So research and efficacy kanang from that level and define so ibutang siguro ni sa definition of terms no sa because that's
Yes,
very
Doc.
important term.
Yes, Doc. So
I believe they can do research.
So basically answering if do students believe they can do research tasks competently or confidently. So this is also still perceived self-efficacy man and then would explain in a way why some students engage voluntarily and others do not. Padong natadira, Doc, sa culture actually.
Actually, that's what I was asking kay kanang kuan ba, mo ni siyang perennial problem in the introduction of K to 12 Manggod Miss Jack was the research component ba because normally sa curriculum that's supposed to be already ang grade 12 kanang last year nila was actually the application of all those kuan niya. They are supposed to do research here, kanang independent na ba? And of course, other than that, they're supposed to already work Di ba? Murag na sila OJT. That was the original plan.
Mm.
To kuan.
Go with
Sige,
that.
sige, sige. I think, yeah, research culture. So,
Yes, Doc. So we have Dream, and this one is self-efficacy tool, which is pristine, totally made from scratch. This is researcher made Junisha. Likert scale lang ta. Strongly
yes.
agree to strongly disagree.
Okay.
Okay. There are four choices. Let's remove the neutral answer. Like, what is that? Neutral, like the choice
I'm
neutral.
okay, mga anak, but we will not have that. You have to have kuan.
And then, this one, Doc, is katong activities jud nila, like, this will also be something new as well, research engagement index. Basically, what do students actually choose to do beyond what is required, beyond from the course?
Yeah.
In terms of research, do they participate in presenting research congress, either internal in the school or external,
Ay, pang
involved
requirement
in,
lang.
involved in publications, do they
Yeah.
attend research workshops beyond the course, stuff like that, Doc.
Yeah. Yes.
Doc.
Yeah. Agree ko anak, Miss Ja.
Like, so seeing if there's a high, if the dream score is high, does it lead back to high self-efficacy, and does it also lead to high engagement in research that's mostly voluntary? Something like that, Doc. That's the hypothesis, Morag, Doc. Yeah. And then, so represents behavioral expression of a culture of excellence. So how the three tools work together. So again, dream is what is the learning environment like. Then the self-efficacy is about do students feel capable of doing research. Then the research engagement index, do students go beyond minimum requirements.
Yeah.
And so finding the connection there among the results of the three tools. And then, so now going to the mixed methods on why mixed methods. So this study is not simply asking what students score of surveys. It is asking whether the learning environment encourages medical students to exceed minimum research standards and how this encouragement is experienced. So capturing the extent, how common is this, and the meaning, why does it happen or not. So kung mixed methods, Doc, measures the learning environment, confidence, and engagement objectively, katong three tools, identify any statistical significant relationships, and then explain those relationships using students' experience, validate findings through triangulation. So this is essential when studying culture, which culture is contextual, interpretive, behavioral. So since, and then aside from mixed method, sequential siya. So same thing from their proposal. Phase 1 would be the quantitative, then phase 2 is the qualitative, and then to explain the quantitative findings, and then
that's I think importante na siya, Miss Jack, na i-highlight na siya no nga when they do the qualitative and sige, Christine, when you do the qualitative,
Yes,
it
Doc.
is not to look for other data ha. It is really to verify whether your findings in the quantitative refutes or validates kanang inana ba. I mean, you kanang bitaw kanang dili congruent ang data, or maybe it you there's a lot to read between the lines. This is where the quali, di ba, Miss Jack?
The poly work.
Ano ba
yes, Doc.
Okay.
Agree.
Yes.
So again, they would assess learning environment to dream, measure confidence to act or self-efficacy, capture voluntary behavior with the engagement index, they'll understand encouragement through quali, interpret culture of excellence mixed methods. So my suggested title would now be perceptions of their learning environment and their influence on research engagement among medical students, a mixed method study.
Mm.
If that is holistic or encompassing.
Christine,
Yes, Doc.
Miss Jackie is asking the question.
Oh, I think that's gone. It fits. It's more fitting for what our goal said for this meeting said. It's great that I got in line with it also. That's all. Yeah, the title sounds gone more acceptable to our goal. That's all.
Na-overwhelmed ka, no? We are here, ha, to help you. But ako, I would agree with this. Kaya ang competence man good, kaya na siya, there are a lot of factors when you look into competence and different perspectives ba? Because you can say na, you know, I'm A is better than, so I think but you have to, Miss Jack, I think they have
Yes,
to
ma'am.
define perception, no, on how you are presenting it here, or what ba?
We have to look
Ah,
at that.
yes, Doc.
Because they have to be very careful kay perception studies bisa di ba dagang kay kuan, but they will have to, in the way they understand the problem and they know the problem man.
Okay, yes, Doc. And yeah, Doc, would it still be... So it's
Wait.
both level 1 and level 2.
Stop! I'm having a meeting.
Wala na yung level 3 or level
Unsa man mo,
4. And then
Kadungog nga na ay kanang kuan.
sample, Doc, or complete enumeration?
I'm looking at complete enumeration, Miss Jack. I think that was my suggestion there for levels 1 and 2.
Okay.
Because we like to capture everything. Gamay ramang good na. That's only 243 plus, I don't know, pila man ang level 2. That's only about 350, di ba? Wakabot 400, I mean...
391, miss. Doc.
391?
Yeah.
Okay.
21?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I think because we need to capture man. I mean, since you're doing this research, akong suggestion, Miss Jack, ha, as the kuan ba?
Yes, Doc.
Advisor, I'd rather capture everything. Because
Okay.
then, dako tagluway bitaw when we want to understand kasi when kag sample, it's still not representative. For me, ha, whereas if you capture everyone, that's why it also is important to have that modified questionnaire diin sila gikan, because that culture of the perception of research also comes from where they were trained before. No mo na akong assumptions.
Okay, Doc.
No? So, complete enumeration. Don't think there is a much difference ba? Kunya, asa man na nimo iba-test nila to nursing, maybe? Or busy ang nursing? Okay. Mas grabe biya culture of research ang nursing.
Bitaw.
Nasa pharmacy, Doc.
Sige, pharmacy.
Pharmacy or ND. Pwede
Oh.
sa...
Kanang kuan, I think, kanabang at least same population ba ang kuan? Sige. Ako, I'm good with this.
Okay. Sige, Doc.
Okay.
So I think, Christine, it's still the same. Duha, wait, dili.
It's 3.
The 3 na, yung quantitative tools, and then you have the focus group discussions.
Okay.
But you have to take some time to analyze what would be the focus of your interview questions, okay? Because it's more on why some students exceed requirements, and you have to, and what does exceed requirements mean? Why others do not, despite similar environments, and how encouragement is perceived or missed. So there will be some things that's not part of the scope of our study. They may be sharing their barriers of why they couldn't go beyond. They couldn't engage in research beyond what is required from school, such as presenting locally, nationally, or internationally their research, or going into innovation, or having their scholarly works copyrighted,
Mm-mm.
or even any form of patent, or any form of activities that would lead to a publication, whether it's published locally or internationally, stuff like that. Like, why couldn't they do any of this while schooling? Or why some could,
Yeah.
were
Yes.
successful while being still a medical student, and even perhaps before they entered medical school. That's a possibility.
Okay.
Now, I think, kuan, Miss Jack, ha, kanang ako observation ba, di ba, visit as kanang sa atong GSI bitaw.
Yes,
I've
Doc?
noticed it that, di ba, the kuan ba kanang, once we do our critique, di ba, kanang, they never really get back, or sometimes they just left it, inana ba? And it's a very good indicator na,
Yes.
do you know those questions that you post ba? Kay,
Mm.
some of them pang requirements lang, no? After that, they're good. I mean, they don't really care kanang a certain degree, no? So
Yeah,
that's
so,
good, and that's a good insight. I agree with that. Maybe take note of it, son.
yeah. So,
Mm-mm.
I'm not long sure if we can capture or if it's too much. Like, we have captured, they have initiated, but they couldn't finish it. They have submitted for publication, but they couldn't follow it up. And in the end, the paper wasn't published. Stuff like that. That's a possible
Mm.
scenario. And that actually happens a lot. And I'm not sure if there's a way we can capture that in our tools here. Kana siya.
But maybe
Okay.
so, Miss Jack is,
Pwede.
oh, but yeah, this would no, because these are not the people manggod nga kuan kanang maybe in the FGD food ba. But let's see how what is captured in the quantitative, and then kuan
Mm,
very interesting one kanang insight.
mm. Yes, Doc. Christine, anything
Mm-mm.
you would like to add, or any questions you want clarified?
Um, for the one like regarding about like there's the scenario that some students like explain in their qualitative side that there's gonna be like unpublished works. Maybe like maybe we could like it could be one of the probes also, or we totally
Yeah.
define like anong like should we avoid it as researchers, or we should like look
Ano
more
na?
into it.
Don't avoid. You probe it.
Okay.
Because it would capture students exceeding from requirements, that's mandated by the institution. So like, oh, you went into, you joined a workshop for public speaking so that you can disseminate your research in a congress, whether local, national, or international. I mean, who encouraged them that? Did anyone from the school tell them that? Or is it their own innately? Or
I
other
see.
influences, So maybe that's something you can probe in the qualitative.
Okay.
Because let us first review the three tools and see if we can
Learning environment.
simplify, condense, and if we can insert something. But if it's too much already, then let's just use the focus group discussion to capture
The
those.
capture. Okay.
Mm.
Mm-mm. Clear, Rames.
Yeah, so we need to improve the section for the demographics of the questionnaire, and then review the dream tool, and then the check your research, your RCOM questionnaire, and maybe we can still use those items, some of those items, for the research self-efficacy instead. Maybe it's just a change of terms. Instead of competence, it's self-efficacy. And the other one is totally new, which is about the research engagement index. So you're creating one of your biggest outputs here will be creating a validated and reliable tool actually. So that's an innovation there. And then you have your FGD already. You attended the research seminar yesterday about AI for qualitative.
That's like for like one of my group mate miss like it could maybe assist us for the thematic analysis, like arranging the
Yeah,
patterns and stuff.
yeah, because I do that as well. I also use AI to help me come up with themes. Basta we do very well in our transcription, how we transcribe. Like the word itself, and then the transcription as is with all those vernaculars during the focus group discussions, and then the translated. And then from there, we can have AI help us with coming up with themes regarding that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll have another discussion with the
For
with
that.
the group who attended that seminar. Mm. What AI tool did they use? Was it ChatGPT or something else?
I think for the meeting is it's like it's specified for ChatGPT. It's in the koan invitation also, like it's stated there.
Okay. Yeah. This is one thing as well, Christine. This is an example of you guys going beyond the requirements. This is not required by your research coordinator to attend the seminar. What encouraged you though? Me as your mentor was sharing to you links of research seminars that you might be interested in. And then you did
Take
attend.
yeah.
That's an example actually. How do we capture that? I think that's essential to capture. So yeah. Okay. Right. Anything else you would like to ask Christine? Clarifications on in terms of the revisions, the write-up.
I think we were already in line according sa theoretical background, since there's no like koan except for like stating the fact atong we have to reiterate about how Philippines is in the context, like especially sa atong change of K to 12, like that. And also that's and also like the change of demographics. I'm just summarizing here so that I'll be in line with you guys, like the demographics, and also like look into the concept of mentor blaming, and also the kanang koan. For the demographics, we have to look. The reason of that, the private or public, is we have to also look for like kanang the background for prior entering to the field of medicine itself, like the school. And yeah, we have to go on for through that. We have to kanang look into our specific objectives, like in the undergrad side, and we have to apply the CRS, which is the koan self-efficacy, the new tool, the two new tools, which is the engagement index and the self-efficacy research. I think this is really online for us because like the concept of competency is really like for professionals level, where they really look into the grade, or we're really like and we're just like researchers pa, and I don't think we could this would really be in line for it. That's all.
Okay. Wait, where is your paper? Here.
Miss Jackie,
Yeah.
did you have talk with Doc Bry about regarding for the koan RCQT, like the research competency knowledge test?
Wala pa. I mean, I was asking him when he is available. That's why he said online. But then he didn't get back to me yet if when is he available. But I believe but with this new direction So the knowledge test that you guys did, that won't be applicable now.
I think, Miss Jack, I just sold kasi really, it's been a while, no? Katong research self-efficacy scale.
Oh, yes, Doc.
Kanang maybe they can check that one, no? Do you have that ba in your one?
So far for us, Doc, like, we didn't kuan pa sa specifically for self-efficacy, per the PR comp is about competency jud
Kasi
siya.
suggest ni Miss Jackie, di ba? So I think it's good to, naman siya tool, so maybe you don't need to ba? If you review lang, I will kuan.
Okay.
Ay. Tantangan ni.
No, kuan, Miss Gea said to place it there because like kanang Doc Chu will sign it like together with all the kuan daw.
The approval sheet?
Yeah.
Or the research forms lang pasabot niya?
No, with the research forms with the endorsement. That's what kuan.
Yeah, the research forms, add Doc Chu, but for the final signature, it's only the dean.
Okay.
Okay, tantangan ni. Do not complicate your life. I do not add another person to sign this one. I'll clarify this with Miss Jaya.
Alam nga naman sa studio nga, di ba, wala man na siya ilabot.
Yeah, the final signatory, si
The
Dean
final,
lang. Tagtangan na.
red na lang, why,
Yun na, to make it complicated, don't add more signatories in your
yes.
endorsement sheet. Okay. Kani, Christy, to your group, please reply to the comments of the panel. Because usually the panel is either Butel, the coordinator, like si Miss Jaya, or they would reply here. Yeah. They would reply here if they are done reviewing. They still have pending comments that they would like to be addressed. So you would know if you are done with the first OCR. Well, it seems like the panel hasn't replied to it yet, or hasn't informed me or the coordinator that they are done. So I think they are still in the process of reviewing pa. Okay? Then, what else? Let's see. Control. Then, yeah, your background lagi gatulong na. What did I say? One page, one and a half page lagi. Learn to synthesize high-level writing so that you only provide the very, very important information. Okay?
Okay.
So this will be changed, some of it anyway. In a way. Murag ka ni ma-change ni siya, and then we'll add another objective for the research engagement, and then add statistical objectives on the relationship of the three tools, and then the integration of the results from the quantitative to the qualitative.
While they are in this back, I have given them a hard copy, no? And then they just quoted it there. I want that a reply to that. I saw man nga kuan, but they have not replied kung unsa ilang kuan, and they have to write it down what their action was.
Okay,
So they just quoted me because there was a hard copy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Doc. So, Christine, have your make sure to reply to these comments. Okay. So we don't know if you made any revisions or not. You can say something like, complied with the revisions. You can find it on page so and so. Okay. So make it easy for the panel so that they can have it approved. So I'm not sure what you guys were talking about, that you cannot find comments. The comments are just here, but please reply to those comments. Now, in terms of if you guys want to use AI, later lang na to i-mention direct. But basically, you would do focus group discussion, and after that, you would do triangulation and come up with themes. Because, if we don't have tools like in Vivo or Maxkida, we can always do it manually. But, it's time consuming. Okay, so I think that's it. So just to be clear, with your 3 tools, validity and reliability index jud mo. Okay? And then pilot study mo. So that you have data to give to Miss G for her to do reliability testing and see if you have a passing Cronbach alpha. Okay, so I think that's it. Dr. Anything would like to add or share?
Jack, I was just looking katong imong demographics mo fit siya sa katong objective SO number 1 maybe or not.
Yes,
I will
ma'am.
make a comment lang po later. And
Yes,
then
ma'am.
I will madabag dili ba, I mean just kanang academic level ka and gender, it's not one man determined. We will add some more origin, school, I don't know, I think I will look for other sources lang po. And then what I will do is I'll just attach it here that they make na
Yes.
decision, ha. I don't want to impose too much kay pasikwan. But it will have to be evaluated, Christine, by you, the group, and of course your mentor. You have to go back to your mentor, not to us, no, the panel. The mentor man has the final, the overview ba.
Okay, Doc.
So, Miss Jack, from my end.
Okay, Doc.
Bro, you guys be quiet!
Since when have I not liked the study?
Well, Doc. And that's why we give our Sunday for
Yes, that's correct. But we're not one, but we do this for knowledge and not for anything.
Yes, Doc. This is already beyond our own requirement, beyond our job description.
Humana atong DTR and everything. No, just kidding, Christine. But this is the kind of life that researchers do. If you dedicate yourself, there is really no Saturday, Sunday, evening. If you need to finish something or of interest to you, you will invest time. Without having to think that you get paid for that.
Research is all about giving time to it.
Yeah.
So specific objectives, Christine, definitely we would need to revise for alignment. And that would affect your RRL because we need to add in the RRL the rationale behind the chosen dependent variables. Okay? And then check again if the what do you call this? The theoretical framework when you guys were following Yivotsky, if self-efficacy is also captured in his theoretical framework, and about research engagement, and I'm sure culture, like the attitude of going beyond what was required, whether research or in other contexts, if the theoretical framework that we have is still alive, which I think it is. So just review lang, and if it's not yet explained, relating the theory to the chosen dependent variables, which is the learning environment, research self-efficacy, research engagement, voluntary engagement, And then we will just have to rephrase them. Not change the theory, but perhaps just rephrase for alignment. Okay? And of course, you guys have to revise the tool. Alright? Sige. So I think that's it. So that will be all. Thank you, Doc Joy, for the time. And thank you, Christine, for representing your group and please relay it na lang to the group. Okay?
Yeah. Sige, happy Sunday. Thank you, Miss Jack, for inviting me. Also, pleasure.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Sige, happy
Thank you.
Sunday.